are the medicine. How the body can heal itself. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess X Goh, and I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. In case you haven't done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you got value from this video, please give it a like. Share your insights and questions below so I can best support you there. And feel free to share it with your loved ones who are in need of the support through trauma recovery. So let's get to it. The body is the doorway to the subconscious mind. It is constantly communicating to you what you need to look into, what you need to pay attention to. And so I've had people coming to my workshops and they would feel some pain coming up and they would take Panadol, but the pain doesn't go away. And then I asked, can I tune into your hologram and have a look into it? And when I saw their energetic template, I remember this woman had her ex holding onto her womb because she was complaining that there was pain in her womb. And I was able to help her remove it. She said it reduced, but it was still there. And I said, there's something that you need to do on your end to clear it. And I gave her some instructions to do that. And when she did that, the pain was gone. She didn't need Panadol anymore. I also had another woman who was experiencing a lot of body pain and aches before coming to the workshop. And she never asked me for a seat until at the end of the workshop was over. She shared that the pain and aches in her body all over are gone. And so this is the thing. People approach their health through the physical, but they forget or have forgotten that our body is also energetical. You see, the reason why these people have received the healing that they need to dissolve the pain in their physical body, it's because they had to process the pain that was showing up in their energy field and also emotionally. Now, why is that? Because what we carry energetically and emotionally is karma. Karma is a frequency. So the more we clear the blockages, the traumas, the burdens that we've taken on from our ancestral lineages and what we've taken on from our dark past lives, the more we clear this stuff, the more life becomes easier because we're not carrying so much problems and issues on our backs because we are now clearing the root causes of it. So I always tune into a person's hologram if something hasn't shifted physically. If I give them suggestions physically what they can do and it has shifted, then that's what is needed. If it's still lingering, then I look into the energetics of that person. And in the energetic template of that person, I would see perhaps their ex is still holding on to them through the womb, hence the pain that woman experienced in her womb. And then it got dissolved because she let him off by finally forgiving him because that's what he needed from her. And even when I look into other people's holograms, whether they come to my workshops or working with me privately, I can see all sorts of stuff going on in their field. Everyone is different because everyone has a different karmic imprint that they carry from multiple lifetimes and from their ancestral lineages. And I remember when I was working on my own hologram, when I arrived from London to Adelaide. And during my time in Adelaide until now, I've noticed that my lower back was quite stiff and tender and a little bit sore. And I never had this problem ever. And when I finally had the energy to then look into my hologram, I was able to see that there is a implant hooked onto my left ankle and my lower back, and it was linked with this old Indian woman who was sitting next to me on the flight from Kuala Lumpur to Adelaide. And I had really weird feelings about her just because of the questions she was asking me. I felt she was quite intrusive. So I felt something was off with her. And then when I landed in Adelaide, I can feel my lower back started to tense up. And when I did the clearing just a few hours ago, before recording this YouTube video, I felt a massive shift in my lower back. I would say 80% of what I've been feeling, the stiffness, the pain, the rigidity, has been lifted. And I'm taking homeopathic remedies and certain supplements to help relieve the tension, and applying arnica cream or gel, should I say, on that area to help me integrate. So I can feel that my body is integrating from that clearing, and I would feel into it again. If it still hasn't been 100% cleared, then I will revisit my energetic template and see what else needs to be cleared there. But so far, it's been pretty good. So I'm just going to wait until my body has integrated, perhaps just see how I go after sleeping it off, and see how I'm feeling the next day, just to tune in if it's 100% all gone or if there's something else that needs clearing. So that is the beauty of working with our energetic template, because trauma is not just held in the body. This is why we're so stiff and tight and tense in certain parts, because we're carrying trauma. The nervous system hasn't been regulated from that trauma, right? Because we haven't shifted it, we haven't released it. We also need to look into what's going on energetically. What sort of parasites, entities, implants that is leaching in our field that's keeping us trapped in a certain level of consciousness, or trapped in pain or terror or fear or anxiety. It could also be our childhood traumas that we haven't made peace with, that's still playing out in the field. It could be ancestral hexes, curses, spells that we've taken on. It could be dark past lives, the karma there that hasn't been resolved. So it's important to look into different aspects of ourselves, not just the physical body, to address our health, because you are the doorway to your healing potential. It's up to you how far you want to go and how curious and open-minded you are to get yourself to the next level, because not everyone is ready to receive a profound healing experience that would transform their life, because they don't know what their identity would be like once they have let go of that trauma. You become a completely different person. It's a new way of being. I'm stepping into foreign territory. How do I adjust my nervous system to that, right? And that is another shift within that self that we need to learn how to integrate and manage and sustain in this high level frequency. What would life be like without living this particular trauma, remunerating it in our heads over and over again? We would be a completely different person. It is truly life-changing. And so this is the beauty from my approach, that when we address trauma on all levels of the field, the physical body receives the benefits of it. The physical body is actually the last piece of you that actually receives the byproduct of your healing. So that it's a good test to see how far you have come with your healing journey by feeling how your body is feeling. Does it feel lighter? Does it feel pain-free? There's no aches, no stiffness, no tension. Perhaps you feel like you've got an exuberant amount of vitality and energy. Perhaps you're thinking differently. You notice that you're thinking positive thoughts now. Your mind is so much more clearer. And there's way less energetic interferences. So when people say, I need to take Panadol, no, Panadol is not the answer. Because when we're turning to that, we're turning to our ego. Because our ego is telling us, you need to suppress your pain. Let's not feel into that. Let's not look into what's going on there by suppressing it with this. So we need to be a lot more wiser, a lot more curious as to what is going on with our body, rather than pinpointing its pain or pinpointing its this or that, and all of these labels that psychiatry has come up with to keep us trapped in this low state of consciousness with our mental health, or with the medical system or the pharmaceutical system with our physical health, right? There are so many different pathways to heal our body. However, it starts with you, because you decide on a soul level, how much do you want to heal in this lifetime? How much do you want to clear your traumas and your karma in this lifetime? But it needs to come from a higher place, not from the ego, because I've seen it before and people don't get results because they're doing it from their head, not from their hearts. When you drop out of the ego and lean into your heart and truly surrender there, this is where the magic begins in your healing journey. And I've seen this over and over again. When people just surrender and trust the healing process, they too transform their health, their mental health, and their identities in a functional, healthy, and sacred way. So, my love, what can you do to dive deeper in your healing journey with your body? And that is by looking into your traumas and any interferences that is going on in your field. If you feel that you need guidance and support with this, especially if you're not a healer and you don't know what you're doing, and you would like to receive this type of healing, you might be interested in working with me privately for this type of container. So you can choose to work with me one-to-one for a 1-day or 2-day trauma recovery retreat, just you and me, tailored to your needs, your concerns, and I can tune in what needs to be clear there and to make it work for you and to help you to move into the right direction. There will be 1-month WhatsApp or Telegram support, so you can get the momentum going with accountability and with guidance in the right direction. You can also choose to work with me privately in my 3-month mentorship, Find Yourself and Trust. And this is where you move mountains and find your you. You will not recognize the person that you were before prior starting to this high-level container. If you want to learn more about this, please watch my free webinar, then book a free clarity call to just see if this is right for you, any questions or concerns that you have, and to see if we can make this happen for you. And if you're wanting to experience your healing journey, perhaps you're starting out, or perhaps you're wanting to have a taster of my work, you can join me for my Winter Solstice Ancestral Trauma Clearing Circle, either live or access the replay for 1 month. And this will give you an idea how I work with my clients energetically in an online container and how they get massive results through this transmission. And the focus is clearing the hexes, spells, burdens that we've taken on from our mother and father lineages with the help of Sekhmet, and burning some contracts there and see what shows up for you. Or you can enroll into my inner child healing course, Transform Wombs into Wisdom, and you watch 6 modules, 1 module a week ideally. Take it at your own pace, whatever works for you, and I share my best healing modalities and techniques to help you unravel your conditioning, any interferences that's in the way, that's blocking you from moving forward, to bring wholeness, unification, and integration with your inner children by healing the mother and father wounding and taking personal ownership and responsibility for your pain to turn your situation around. So you can enroll that and learn more about that particular course, where it's designed in the comfort of your own home. It's with pre-recorded videos, so you have that privacy to do it on your own, and you get unlimited support there by asking questions, sharing your responses inside the course, which is quite private. It's not on social media, it's in a private software. So no one can track your responses in my online course. So you can learn more about that in the link below in the video description. And I'm also running my upcoming workshops, Transforming Trauma, Conscious Relationship, and Magnetic Woman. So if you'd like to learn more about that, where I'm holding these workshops and retreats, again, click on the link in the video description below, and you can learn more about that there. So my love, what limiting beliefs, inherited traumas, and accumulated karma that you need to let go and clear by saying yes to you, by saying yes to what's possible for you, by saying yes to doing the right thing for yourself, to clear this, not just for you, but also for the collective, how much this would transform your life and other people as well. So when will you say yes to your healing journey so you can rise in love?